The NGO Leader Forum invites 20 NGOs to share their efforts during the pandemic. In the Philippines, jeepney drivers who receive aid supplies give back to society by donating their bamboo coin banks. Selamat datang ke DaAi Headlines, saya Simon Gan. Terima kasih menyertai sesi berita kita. In Taiwan, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Department of NGO International Affairs has been established for 20 years now. The NGO Leader Forum was recently held, with 20 other NGOs being invited to share their efforts in providing aid and care during the pandemic. In the beginning of 2020, the pandemic has already started to spread all over the world. However, this did not stop the volunteers from providing aid. During the lockdown, volunteers distributed aid supplies in 35 countries, helping over 4 million people.
We work together with the organization under the UN, such as the UNHCR and also the MDM. Since January, we've already provided epidemic prevention supplies to over 84 countries. A total of 23 million epidemic prevention supplies were provided to these countries.
The NGO Leaders Forum was held to link up with the international stage. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs invited various NGOs to share the love and effort they provided during the pandemic.
We also encourage everyone to adopt the vegetarian diet. Changing into a vegetarian diet can also help with the prevention of the pandemic while also solving the food crisis. It's also good for our health.
Tzu Chi Foundation is a very good example. No matter where they are, the volunteers in blue and white always appear in places which are in need. Their actions are also greatly recognized by the international community. It also represents the kindness of Taiwan.
The Vision Youth Action Association has launched its public platform to invite young people to join together, being the citizens of planet Earth and be the change of the world.
We are now focusing on education and also environmental protection. We also assist in community development and also the conservation of heritage and culture.
Lending out a pair of helping hands during the darkest hour, all the small actions combine together to become one big effort in helping each other in the international community. Three volunteers from the Malaysia Chapter traveled south to Johor Bahru to share some of their experience and wisdom with the regional volunteers. The 2 days of exchange had a theme of medical, environmental protection, and education. Here's more.
Tzu Chi Malaysia Chapter volunteers are in Johor Bahru to share and pass on their experience and wisdom.
The Malaysia Chapter is a bigger team, so the organizational inner workings will be a bit different from ours. This type of information exchange, I think, is a good idea.
I'm here to talk about how to conduct charity work in accordance with our culture. It's our duty to be charitable, and we can make it memorable because look at this region. They don't have that many volunteers. So in practically all the events, they need to stand on their own.
The Southern volunteers and the Northern volunteers share and exchange ideas while also setting a goal for the future to work towards.
We are grateful the Malaysia Chapter team is here to motivate our volunteers. It's really helpful because they have lit a fire underneath our administration team as well as the overall morale of the volunteers. They have reminded us of the direction we are heading, and I think the biggest takeaway for me this time is that everyone has their own place in this mission, and we are heading towards the same one, working together towards a common goal.
When
we arrived here in Johor Bahru and saw how much love our Dharma family had for us, we felt very grateful and thankful for them.
After the 2 days of exchange, the connection between the volunteers from the two regions have been strengthened, and it also helped to propel forward everyone's motivation to go into the community and serve the people.
Taoyuan's Jing held a certification ceremony for recycling volunteers. This year, a total of 32 recycling volunteers were certified and nearly 1,500 people participated in the event.
At this event, 32 recycling volunteers in Taoyuan district were formally certified. A Jing Dharma master presided, offering encouragement and blessing.
Don't think that doing a little charity is not worth it. Don't think that evil is small.
Zhang Yongxiang was certified as a volunteer this year, took the initiative to do recycling to make his retirement life more interesting.
After retirement, my life seemed to be a little monotonous. Then I looked online and found that we have an environmental protection station in Luzhu. I just went there and signed up.
Because of recycling, he accidentally joined Tzu Chi and gained a healthy body.
I've been at the recycling station for more than a year, and my fatty liver and body fat reduced. I can't wear those pants anymore. I went for a full body health check, costing about $350, and the doctor said I only have minor problems and no major problems.
Becoming a certified Tzu Chi volunteer has helped many continue the cycle of love and compassion, which are hallmarks of the Bodhisattva path.
Mingxin University of Science and Technology in Hsinchu County organized an anti-drug seminar for students. Gao Zhaoliang, a Tzu Chi volunteer, was addicted to drugs when he was young. He used himself as a living example, reminding the young audiences not to be curious about drugs.
Cherish life and refuse drugs is an important and direct slogan. Gao Zhaoliang has been alerted to this for 14 years. He also reminds the audience with gratitude and love in his lecture.
Thank you for your willingness to forgive me and encourage me with applause. I'll never forget the mistake I made in my life. I also promise you that I'll never do it again.
Gao Zhaoliang was lost in drugs from 13 to 35 years old. He not only got arrested often, but he was also too late to pay tribute to his father during his sentence. He finally repented because of Jing's aphorism, which is his spiritual medicine.
Master Zhen Yan has taught in Jing's aphorisms that the biggest punishment in the world is regret. And there are two things that cannot be weighted. One is to do good deeds, while the other is to be filial.
To block the role of drug, in addition to understanding the drug itself, we also need to be determined.
We young people will be curious easily about some new things, which will lead to the serious problem of addiction to drugs.
Taking drugs is only for a while, whereas poisoning affects a lifetime. I think this activity allows students to understand the seriousness directly.
A total of 10 sessions of the anti-drug seminar were held in the Mingxin University of Science and Technology, planting more than 1,000 anti-drug seeds.
In Taoyuan and Hsinchu, the senior fitness instruction course was held for the first time. 53 volunteers participated and successfully graduated from the course, hoping to put the knowledge they've learned to help the seniors in their respective communities. Jumping on the squares and learning how to stretch, teachers from Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology and Tzu Chi University taught the seniors the correct way to exercise.
What have I learned? I learned that if we squeeze our back muscles, our posture will improve. Is my posture straight right now?
Our heel must touch the ground first. When it touches the ground first, our hamstring will be stretched and our posture will become straight.
Taoyuan and Hsinchu County held its first senior fitness instruction course, benefiting both the instructor and the future senior students.
I have two identities. I'm the Borough Chief's wife and also a Tzu Chi volunteer. Therefore, this course has given me the strength to help our local community.
The 6-day course includes training the more fragile seniors on how to prevent a fall and also how to cope with Alzheimer's disease. Participants must complete the course while also passing the test before being eligible of receiving the certificate.
We provide an exercise course for different seniors according to their needs. There's different types of exercise for different phases for the seniors.
A total of 53 participants received a certificate after the event. They'll then head to their respective communities to assist and care for the local seniors in need. In the Philippines, Tzu Chi continued to distribute rice and daily supplies to the jeepney drivers during the pandemic. Many of these recipients of this aid have taken the opportunity to give back, putting their donations in bamboo coin banks and bringing them back to Tzu Chi.
Bigay sa amin na alikansya, maaaring pagbalik, mapupuno na namin para masuklian yung binigay sa amin na biyaya.
For the second time, the jeepney drivers who received daily supplies by Tzu Chi have given back, bringing bamboo coin banks full of coins to pass along the love.
These coins are saved by me when I am driving every day. Tzu Chi volunteers told us that they also need our support, so I save these coins every day.
There's also this big barrel, which is quite heavy. These are the donations by jeepney drivers in Rizal Province.
Although the jeepney driver's life is still not easy, we will continue to save in the bamboo coin bank to help Tzu Chi supporting more people who are in need like us. I also want to thank the volunteers for expanding our horizons. They let us drivers feel that giving is more blessed than receiving.
Matulungan din ng Tzu Chi, makakarating po sa kanila siguro.
With the coronavirus epidemic, business has been bad for the jeepney drivers in the Philippines, and they have all become financially disadvantaged.
Halos ang kinikita lamang namin sa isang araw ay halos 300 po lamang.
Our daily income is only $6. We need to pay tolls and gas, which costs $5. After these deductions, there is not much money left. Fortunately, Tzu Chi has helped keep us alive. This is really a great help to jeepney drivers.
Makatawid kami sa aming araw-araw na pamumuhay.
20 kilograms of rice and other urgent material aid was delivered. One tricycle driver suffering from Parkinson's disease has repeatedly been involved in the distribution process.
I've been sick for 2 years because of Parkinson's disease. I like volunteering here. I feel so happy when I help other people.
During the epidemic, many of these jeepney and tricycle drivers have had to rely upon self-help, as well as other people's assistance to get through this very difficult time.
In the Philippines, Eduardo has been working in a bakery for over 30 years. He had cataracts since 10 years ago. In May this year, he completely lost his vision. With the help of his colleagues and his boss, they founded Tzu Chi Eye Center. After the surgery, Eduardo is finally able to see again. A layer of white has covered the lens of the eye. Eduardo has lost his vision because of cataracts.
I did ask my family members for help, but they told me that many clinics are still closed because of the pandemic.
As he slowly walks into the clinic, he has a chance to receive treatment now. All of this is possible because his colleague had contacted Tzu Chi for assistance.
He is unable to carry out his work at the bakery because he is unable to see anymore. He also often hits the baking machine. I was heartbroken seeing him like this, so I told my boss and asked him to help out.
With the help from the boss, they founded Tzu Chi Eye Center and carried out the operation on his eyes. As the doctor waved his hands, Eduardo could finally see again. It has truly been a dream come true for him to regain his vision.
In May this year, I completely lost vision in both of my eyes. Life has been really tough ever since then. I'm very grateful that I'm able to see the world again.
I'm very happy that he's able to see again. It will be safer for him now when he's working.
Although they are just colleagues, their care towards each other is like a family, providing assistance in times of need, enabling Eduardo to meet Tzu Chi and also regain his vision. Tzu Chi volunteer Xu Meihua lives in Keelung. Due to health issues, she needed to move her home. Her Dharma family had helped find her a more suitable home in New Taipei City's Sanxia district. Here's more.
Living on a hill in Keelung, Xu Meihua has difficulty coming and going.
Since my mom got sick, he gets tired climbing up the hill to head home. I myself get tired from walking up the hill too.
The place where she lived was really not suitable for her anymore. She cannot continue to live there. That's why we wanted to help her find a place either on the first floor or at least somewhere with an elevator.
I never thought my leg would become useless. Most of the time, I'm in contact with my group leader, Sister Li Yun. So she's been helping me find a new place. and it's been difficult on her. I don't think it's their duty to help me do this. I appreciate and thank them, as well as thanking those around me.
As the move involves going up and down the stairs, over 20-some Tzu Chi volunteers gathered on the stage to help Mei Hua move house, even bringing some professional moving tools. The Dharma family gathers to sing a song to send blessings to Mei Hua. Mei Hua's son carries his mother down from Keelung. While Mei Hua's daughter is already at the new home in New Taipei's Sansha, ready to welcome her. The second-hand medical equipment team in the Northern District also found a hospital bed for Mei Hua to use.
Everything went well, and it has been wiped clean as well as disinfected. We just explained to her how to use the bed, so she can now use it without worries.
To welcome the newest resident in Sansha, local Tzu Chi volunteers prepared a gift.
In Malaysia, an entrepreneur, Tan Sri Vincent Tan, is dedicated to environmental protection. He has set up the first recycling point at Berjaya Times Square. His employees sort recyclables at the recycling point before Tzu Chi volunteers bring the recyclables to the recycler.
1, 2, 3.
As these people cut the ribbon made with recyclables, the recycling point in the Berjaya Times Square has been inaugurated.
I think most of us know it's important, but I think most of us don't do it. We are starting here, and hopefully all of you will learn this and will want to do this in your own home.
At the corporation's first recycling point, on the third Friday of every month, the company employees sort recyclables.
To invite company employees to participate will increase the scale of this environmental activity. I think it is very meaningful.
Now that we got to know such an entrepreneur, we are willing to accompany them and inspire more people to protect the earth.
Berjaya Corporation founder Tan Sri Vincent Tan announced that besides the corporation's 2 recycling points, there will be 3 additional recycling points.
Thank you.
Before the recycling point was inaugurated, Tzu Chi volunteers have been invited to share with company management personnel their environmental concepts.
What items can be recycled? Okay, there are 10, we Tzu Chi call the 10-finger formula. Just to let you all know what are the things that we recycle. Just a quick one. Number 1 is glass bottle.
I mean, it's a noble initiative, but it's something that, holistically and collectively we need to do it and come together.
So for this recycling program, we are expecting more than 50 operating companies and subsidiaries to participate in this program to make it a success. And all the contribution will go towards Tzu Chi's Kita Satu Keluarga program.
As this enterprise carries out environmental protection plans, it is hoped that more people will be inspired to love the earth.
In Malaysia, Johor Bahru Tzu Chi volunteers promoted vegetarian cooking through social media and demonstrated how to cook various dishes, which received much attention from their viewers. And surprisingly, one of the viewers even asked them to cater a birthday party.
How to make 18 vegetarian dishes. The kitchen volunteers demonstrate online using video footage and also share the recipes. Originally, they just wanted to spread the vegetarian message online, but it also gave them the opportunity to cater a birthday party.
Earlier in August, I saw in our groups the kitchen volunteers from Tam and Daya retreats share how they prepared cakes and cuisine. It was then I got the idea to order food from them to celebrate my mother's birthday.
To prepare for this healthy living banquet, the Taman retreat volunteers asked for assistance from those with experience in the kitchen so they may present the most delicious dishes.
People who come here to learn can take the skills home with them, like tofu dishes or spicy sauce.
It feels good to tackle this challenge with everyone working together. When we have the vow, we will have the power.
The dishes looked good as well as delicious to eat. As COVID spreads across the globe, many people are inspired to turn to green eating to keep healthy and safe. Tzu Chi is there to welcome all vegetarian eating with delicious dishes.
In Taiwan, there is a 12-year-old bricklayer Chen Zhezhuang. His father is a bricklaying coach of the vocational center, and his brother was also a gold medalist in bricklaying. His goal is to be a gold medalist just like his brother. Let's take a look at his story.
On the bricklaying training ground, there is an extra young player, 12-year-old Chen Zhezhuang, who is only 140 centimeters tall. It turned out that his father is a bricklaying coach in the vocational training center, so he came here to learn.
When I was 5 or 6 years old, I followed my parents to the construction site, where I started to play with cement.
And his brother was the gold medal winner in bricklaying last year and is also his instructor. Although young, he does the same things as other players and often encounters this situation.
I think my power is still not enough, yet I don't think it's hard for me.
He may learn faster if starting earlier. Although he is not strong enough, maybe too young, I think it's fine to let him try.
Of course he'll be tired, but he still keeps doing it. I think he should have his own ideas.
Zhezhuang's elder sister is also learning bricklaying here, being trained with the whole family.
I almost stay with my family every day, so I don't really miss home.
I hope I can get the gold medal, same as my brother and dad.
Zhezhuang's mother is also a platerer. The whole family has the same aspiration as they encourage and accompany each other all the way.
In Brazil, Tzu Chi volunteers provide food baskets, helping the affected residents through this tough time of the pandemic. We'll leave with these images. Thank you and goodbye.